Hi, thanks for tuning in tonight. It's Helen Cooper here, and welcome to the webinar for our Patagonia adventure. We've got a few people registered for the webinar, and I just want to check in with a couple of you to see if you can hear me okay and see the slides. Michelle, can you hear me? Yep, great. Now, I'm just going to ask you to put yourself on mute. So it's in the bottom left corner. And then I'll ask if there's any questions at the end. The webinar should take around about 20 minutes and is mostly going to be me showing you a whole heap of photos and explaining the itinerary. So we're going to run through all the details of the trip, but first a bit about Primal Adventures and why we do what we do. So Primal Adventures have been running small group wilderness, hang on, technical hitch of course, small group wilderness treks since 2006 to all sorts of places such as Nepal and Borneo. Hi Nick, if you're there. Central Australia, Tasmania, Mount Kilimanjaro. And we also run trips specifically designed for families or a parent and child. And we value precise organisation, great service, incredible locations, delicious food, and professional partnerships. We provide hands-on personalised service. I'll be there every step of the way with you to encourage you and to make sure you know you can do it. What we offer you is time to re-energise and to find the peace and stillness that comes from being in the wilderness. And to conquer your fears, to do things you never thought possible and see things you never thought you would or could see. So we do all of the organising for you so you can have an outstanding adventure in a beautiful wilderness area that will give you an incredible experience. And after a few days of hiking, eating great food and enjoying some of the most incredible scenery, you'll come back feeling on top of the world. That's our promise to you, and that's what we'll be offering you on our trip to Patagonia. So let's go through the details of this amazing trip. The dates are on our website, and it's Saturday the 4th to Sunday the 11th of January at the beginning of next year. And I'm sure you've heard a lot about Patagonia before, the scenery, the wildness, and the people. Places like the iconic Grey Glacier or the French Valley, and we'll see many of these and more. But I'm not going to attempt the pronunciation, so I apologise in advance if I say things, that don't sound quite right. It's all good. But firstly, what's it going to be like in January? Well, the temperature will be somewhere between 7 and 18 degrees. It's midsummer at that time. It has the lowest rainfall of the year, around about 7 millimetres. But it can be quite windy, so you'll definitely need the warm clothing. And now we're going to go through the itinerary day by day so you'll know exactly what to expect. Day one, you'll already be in South America. And we'll all meet in Punta Arenas Airport on Saturday the 4th. And that's the gateway to Patagonia. We'll then drive about 3 hours up to Puerto Natales, where we'll spend the night in a 4-star hotel by the water. All accommodation is twin share, but you can pay an additional $800 US for a single supplement. We'll have a delicious meal in a local restaurant to celebrate the start of our journey together. Then on our second day, we'll meet our local Spanish and English speaking guide and drive about 1.5 hours into the national park. You can see the route on the map here. It's the famed W Trek. We'll be going from east to west over the next 4 days of the trip. We'll leave our bags near the start of the trek, cross the river and head up the Ascencio Valley. We'll be surrounded here by beech forests, glaciers and waterfalls as we ascend from the valley, and we'll reach the top of the terminal moraine, which is essentially the wall at the end of the glacier, for an incredible view of the towers, or Los Torres. Again, forgive me my pronunciation. We'll follow the same path back. It's a big day and we'll be hiking for about 8 or 9 hours, but only with a day pack, so it's very manageable. We'll arrive at our campsite at Camping Torres, where our gear will be waiting for us. And we'll be served a delicious dinner in the refugio there. The bathrooms are close by with hot showers and toilets. So after a great night's sleep at the base of the mountains, delicious breakfast and our packed lunch in hand, we'll head to Inga Lagoon. We may get the opportunity to see the the Andean condor, hopefully no anacondas, or an eagle. And there is so much bird life around this area. And we'll head along the trail around the base of the Almirante Nieto Mountains, which tower above us at 2,750 metres. On this day, we'll hike for around about 6 or 7 hours and cover about 17 kilometres. When we'll arrive at our campsite at Los Cuernos, with our view of the spectacular granite peaks of the Horns in the distance. And another delicious dinner at a different refugio. And the following morning will be the 4th day of our journey. It's like Patagonia's greatest hits, and each day of this trek delivers another mythical landscape. Today we'll head up into the French Valley, which ascends through a surreal landscape, a bit like a Japanese garden, and brings you to a vista of rugged granite outcrops. We may even see and hear the ice fall from the hanging glaciers that surround us. Walk back through the valley and out to Pijo Lake. It's across this lake that many of the iconic images are taken, but this time you'll be right amongst them. And once you arrive in camp, you'll have hiked for about 8 or 9 hours and covered around 18 kilometres. Another excellent campsite awaits near the shore of Pijo Lake, and dinner at the refugio at Pain Grande. You'll wake up surrounded by the peaks of the Pain Massif and hopefully get some great photos as the pink and orange morning sun hits the tops of those peaks. Today we'll head up towards Laguna Negra, and you may even want to go in for a swim if you dare. After this, we'll arrive at our viewpoint of the incredible Grey Glacier, which is part of the southern Patagonian ice field, extending for around about 350 kilometres, and part of which forms the border between Chile and Argentina. You may even get to see some ice carving off the glacier wall. It is great to look at, but unfortunately it's the result of climate change, which you really get to experience up close, seeing these glaciers. The glacier wall is around about 30 metres high and really is something to be seen. Today will be about 4 hours hiking. You can either have a really good rest after lunch, or alternatively, there's an optional ice hike. You'll be given a whole lot of specific safety equipment and instructions to navigate your way across the glacier. Having just spent many of the last few weeks traversing glaciers in New Zealand, I can thoroughly recommend it. We'll be camping at Camping Grey, which is located just near the glacier. And again, we'll be getting our meals at the refugio. On day 6, we'll have a leisurely morning to explore the area on our own. And after lunch, we'll be heading off on a boat trip. We'll get close to the towering wall of the glacier and possibly even see one of those glaciers carve. That afternoon, we'll head to our relaxing camp on the banks of the River Serrano, where we'll spend the next 3 nights. Here's a little video of the place, and as it kind of heads around, you see the expansive view of the Paine Massif. It's a really lovely little camp with with some fixed kitchen areas and everything. Everything's taken care of there, and all our meals are cooked by a chef, as you can see, right on the edge of the river there. Perfect for a nice dip. Just lovely. So where are we now? We're out of the hammock and on the back of a horse. How cool is that? Today we'll be riding off into the sunset and wading through rivers and getting to know our little horses really well, all with the backdrop of the incredible mountains, led by experienced local horse riding guides. Then back to our lovely riverside camp, nice and quiet there. Perfect time to reflect on the trip so far. On our final day on the trail, we head out for a kayak trip on Grey Lake. We'll go through all the essential safety information and don the warm gear that's... sorry, I'm just going to mute some of this bit of background noise that I can hear. It's all good.
Nina. Nina, come here, please.
So anyway, we've got our safety gear on and we're about to go kayaking just below the glaciers. Oh, here we go. Mute that one. Excellent. And paddling amongst the ice flows. Whoops, where are we? Sorry, the usual technical hitch. There we go. Kayak, ice flows, glacier, mountains. Unbelievable. How good will that be? We'll be in double kayaks and then head down the Grey River, which descends through steep canyons and alongside the Paine Massif for around about 25 kilometres. But you do get pushed along by the river, so it's not like you're paddling for 25 kilometres against the current. We may even be lucky enough to see some of the unique water birds along the way. And we'll finish on the Serrano River at Serrano Village. So day 9, our final day, our trip together will sadly come to an end. And as we head to the airport at Punta Arenas, or you may want to keep exploring at your leisure, up to you. But while you're over there, why not go see the penguins or something else? So what's included in this amazing trip? So 1 night in a 4-star hotel in Puerto Natales, 4 nights camping in the national park, and 3 nights in the riverside camp as well. So all meals, as mentioned on the website, which is pretty much everything. A local English and Spanish speaking guide who'll be with us for the whole trip. All activities which are mentioned on the website, like horse riding, kayaking, boat trip, not the ice hike, but that's, an optional extra. All vehicle transfers, which are in private vehicles, not public buses or anything like that. All tents, mattresses and safety gear. a Primal Adventures host, aka me, and national parks permits. So pretty much everything is included for the whole 9 days. So what's not included are flights to Punta Arenas return, any drinks or extra snacks, travel insurance, any additional sightseeing activities and accommodation, so before or after the trek, visa costs, and any tips that you might want to give the local guides. So for the 9-day fully inclusive trip, the cost is $3,995 US. But if there's more than one of you who would like to come, I'm sure we could work out a plan to, make it a bit affordable for more. So you will need to pay a $1,000 deposit to secure your place, and I can send you an invoice for this. And here's a little bonus. If you pay your deposit by this Sunday, I'll throw in $400 of bonus icebreaker gear to get you ready for the conditions. You can get that sooner rather than later and use the gear over winter. And you may ask, why choose Primal Adventures to go there? For those who have joined us previously, you know what it's all about. It's sometimes hot, sometimes wet, sometimes a little different to what was planned. But it's authentic, it's often wild, and it all unfolds as it should for that moment with your group. By the end, you'll be feeling connected, recharged, reinvigorated, ready to take on the world. So thanks very much. If anybody has any questions, please unmute yourself, or I can unmute everybody if you like. And maybe just unmute yourself and ask a question if you have one. No questions? I must have answered all of your questions. Oh, hi, Nick. How's it going?
Hi, Helen. Sorry, I was back-to-back conference calls tonight.
Oh, excellent.
What's the group size?
Pardon?
How many people? What's the maximum number of the group?
14, but like,
Okay.
like these things, generally it's, there's usually around 6 or 8 of us.
Yep, cool.
So, yeah. Yeah. Any other, have you got any other questions?
Not at the moment, but I have not spent considerable time on the website just yet.
That's all right. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'm very much looking forward to it.
It looks amazing. The scenery looks amazing.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I know, it's like, it's just every day it's bang, bang, and, just incredible stuff to look at. Yeah. How are you going anyway?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
Heading off to New Zealand next week for Easter.
Heading off to where?
New Zealand.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I'm doing some great day hike, 20 Ks.
Oh, awesome. Whereabouts?
North Island.
Oh, nice.
Watch my Instagram.
I will. Sounds excellent. Oh, sounds good.
We'll see if I can make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, of course you will.
We'll see.
Of course you will. Cool. Has anybody else got any questions? Just unmute and ask away, or type it in if you'd prefer. No. Anyway, if you please follow up with any questions via email, or give me a call, please. That's even better. It's much easier to talk, person to person. So yeah, love to chat more about the trip and about everything really. And I look forward to hearing from you. All right. Talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.